All right, you guys, Dave my Max 6 back in Las Vegas, Fit Club, Las Vegas. And today is a premiere. It's a premiere of the brand new series, Electric Body.
The pressure is on.
With Andy. Andy, you know what? I'm gonna be honest here. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Tell me how you pronounce your last name.
Velcich, if you like your Victor.
Velcich.
Yes.
Okay. And the beautiful Jennifer Dorie, second at the Olympia 2020, hoping to better that in 2021.
Soon to be first.
Thank you so much for having us, guys. So, Andy, I'm really glad to have you here for the first episode of Electric Body. We're going to be working with the Neubie on the
New Fit
yes.
Machine, yes.
And you have been working with Jenn in prep for this Olympia.
Yeah, how long have we been working together? 8 months? 7 months?
Since just after Olympia.
Yeah, right after Olympia,
we
started getting started.
So she didn't take any chances. She says, okay, I need to win the show. I need to do something new. Is that what happened?
Hell to the mouth, yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I want to get your feedback on this machine, but what are we training today and what's going to be the workout for the first one?
We're training glutes.
Okay.
So, yeah, so what we've been focused on even during contest prep season as well as off season is twice a week. One day we do shoulders and one day we started off in the off season doing glutes and hamstrings. Now her hamstrings and her legs are where we want them to be. So we're solely focusing on just glutes. I mean, she was second in the Olympia for a reason. She already has the body. We're just, fine tuning.
Fine tuning.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes. All right, so we're gonna do some glutes. I'm counting on you to kind of explain to people, because you know what they're gonna say, what is this machine doing and everything. I'm really glad to know that now a lot of the top pros from all around the world have a new Fit and a Neubie machine.
They love it.
It's really spread out all over the place. And everyone's using it. They realize how good it is. But I want you to kind of explain to people, assume that that's the first time they ever heard about it.
Yeah, so just a little bit of background on me and why I got into this machine.
Okay.
So, I've done competitions, I'm a bodybuilder, and I've had 7 different surgeries. So I've been riddled with injuries, from shoulder surgery, elbow surgery, 3 knee surgeries, chest and hernia. So for me to come back after I had 4 surgeries in 2019, and for me coming back after those 4 surgeries, I had no connection with any of my muscles that had surgery on. So my tricep wasn't firing from my elbow, my quadriceps weren't firing from the incisions on my knees, and I was like, I thought I was lost. I was like, dang, like I may have to hang it up. I actually got in touch, at first who introduced me to the Neubie was Brad Rowe, 2018. Brad Rowe put it on my legs and it was like the best thing ever. I felt like my legs were brought back to life again. I was like, this is awesome. So moving forward, I moved out of Venice, came back to Vegas, needed a new fit. So during COVID, I had this idea that I was like, okay, well maybe, you know what? I had some money saved aside. I was like, maybe I'll just buy a new fit and start, doing home workouts during the quarantine when all the gyms were shut down. Started doing that, started having my buddies come over. We all started working on it. I started rehabbing. I started taking classes to hotspot all my injuries, to find out what imbalances were causing, each muscle to misfunction or not fire. And started pretty much just experimenting on myself and just fell in love with it. Everybody that came over loved it, started coming here. And right when Fit Club opened, I've been friends with Gavin and Diaz for a while, and I just brought it in here, and the rest is history.
And look at him. He's like over 300 pounds in sick shape.
Hey,
oh my God.
J25 for the Atomics, okay? J25.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug.
I've never seen you so big and in such a good shape. When I saw the picture of you at Atomics, I was blown. I mean, you look big in clothes, but you're in really good condition underneath too.
I appreciate that.
So the machine's actually, you're like...
I just had a burger, dude. I can't.
You're your own guinea pig with the machine. You actually used it on yourself along with all your clients.
Yeah, I use it. I use it almost twice a day.
Wow.
I even put on my glutes for cardio.
Okay.
I'm here all day, so I usually split my body parts up. But more about Jenn and more about the machine.
Okay.
So what the machine is, it's a neuromuscular re-education machine. So unlike other stim units are AC current, which is alternate current, which gives you involuntary contractions. Like if you were to go to just a basic chiropractor office or buy your handheld stim unit, those are forcing your body to contract muscles. This is sending a signal to your brain, telling your brain to contract those muscles. So after a couple uses with this machine, all my clients find that a lot of clients have a problem triggering their lats, firing a lot of my female clients have a problem firing with their glutes, their quad dominant or back. What they notice is after a couple uses with the machine, even when they're on their own training by themselves, they have better connection with firing those muscles.
My muscle connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So it's sending new because that's why it's called a new fit, neuromuscular re-education. So it's an
Yes.
FDA approved machine for neuromuscular re-education. So it works great for one, rehabilitation, but two, it taps into hypertrophy. That's why we've seen so many of these bodybuilders now tapping into it, because the muscle contractions on your own, you could probably get, if you're squeezing really hard on a bicep curl, you probably activate, 40 to 50% of muscle fibers. Depending on what frequency and how high the intensity is on this machine, you can activate in the 90 percentile of muscle fibers. So the volume drops down, but you're getting way more. I mean, you're getting like 4 workouts out of 1. So Jenn saw it in her. I mean, we compared your off-season pictures from last year's startup prep to this year's startup prep, and what did you think?
I just feel like I had so much more roundness to all my muscles. I was better conditioning, and just training. I mean, training with a personal trainer makes a big difference because he kicks my ass.
Pushes
he
you,
pushes me. He doesn't let me wimp out on sessions. Even though now we kind of have to reel it back a bit, just because I can't gain any more muscle. So we kind of have to train a little bit easy now, which he doesn't like, but
I have to. I hold back. We still do this.
Yeah.
I'm a bodybuilder at heart.
I know.
Like
you're
I like
full-time.
Full-time bodybuilder, just like Dave.
Yeah, but even during the sessions, it was just such a big difference going from, I have some shoulder issues, so when we started training shoulders together, I just noticed a huge difference. I was able to press without any shoulder pain. I was able to go a lot heavier with pressing, and then on my own, it translated into more strength when I was doing my own sessions.
That's awesome. Well, let's get to it. I can't wait to see this working.
So, let's get started.
All right.
Cool. So we're gonna go. Let's do 20 reps, okay? First start out. Now, as you go, as I'm going, I'm not gonna give away all my secrets.
Oh.
So as Jenn's getting closer to the show, I keep the frequency a little higher. So as the frequency drops, the contractions are deeper. But like I said, the deeper the contractions, the more muscle that's gonna be built. The higher the frequency, the better it is for like lengthening tissue, better to bring out lines and striations. So we find that perfect balance as she's coming down into the show to still contract muscle, still get a good workout. But we also, our main focus is on details and definition. The shape and the muscle is there. Now we're just fine tuning the muscle like we said before. So, like I said, we're gonna be, we're gonna start, we do high reps, decent volume, but with this machine, since like I said, the contractions and you're getting such good connection with the muscle, we really only do about 2 working sets per exercise versus, traditional bodybuilder split would be like 4.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's get started. Here we go, Jenn. Yep. Two, 3. We're gonna hear the infamous 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, drive with the knees. Drive with the knees on the pads. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I know, good. Yeah. She's got the mini-me. So we're sending a higher signal to your upper glutes. Okay, so in between sets, I like to switch the polarity because you got to think you got pads on the top glute and the bottom part of the glute into the hamstring tie-in. So each working set, we focus on one upper glute, lower glute. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's signal sending to both, but there's different variances of strength. So we send more signal on specific movements to the upper part, more signal to specific movements on the lower part. Here we go. Let's go 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, let's go 5 more. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Perfect. She's getting a lot stronger. I mean, just keep in mind, like when we started, we were starting quarters, right? Or quarters into 10. And now, I mean, we got up to, on the offshoot, we got 2 plates.
We were doing 2 1/4.
We were doing 2 1/4. Jen was doing 2 1/4.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, I mean,
For,
that's,
drop sets too.
yeah, for drop sets. I mean, we're not going to do that now. But just to give you an idea, I mean, we've definitely progressed in strength over the last like 4 or 5 months. Okay, so this is a tricep. We're gonna start with the kickbacks on the reverse hyper. Then we're gonna go to clamshells, and then we're gonna go with lateral walk. So it's just an ultimate glute burnout. Okay, so we're focusing on all the total glute with the kickbacks. Then upper glute with the clamshells, and then we're gonna just work a lot of glute med with the lateral walks. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, keep strong, 12, 13, 14, 5 more, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Over. That was pretty strong. You want that strong on the blue bridges. Here we go.
Really?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, one more. This is no joke. This one's tough. This one's really tough.
It looks easy, but
It's not easy. It's dead weight on that. Hang it. Okay. 12 reps, clamshells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 12. Take a quick breather. I'd say let's do like 15 steps. Feel good, let's do 20, okay? Please don't want to compromise your form, okay? Let's go, let's drive with the heels. Heels first. Okay? Here we go, ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20. That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Woo! Look at the heart rate going. 15 reps on this one, okay?
yeah.
Other glute pads. Good?
Strong.
Strong, okay. Make sure to keep it right below that, right below that kneecap and drive. Okay, yeah, so, I mean, just with the workouts, we're also working on conditioning. I always carry, I always have a stopwatch on me, especially for people that are coming close to a show. So depending on what the exercise is and how I gauge like her lung capacity, breaks are short. So we're always timing breaks. And just when you think about the Neubie and the pads, you think about glycogen, I would compare it as like, say, a wet rag, okay? So it's really good for contest prep and depleting glycogen. So say we're putting the pads on her glutes, okay? It's like a wet rag, and you were to wring the water out. Okay, so it's soaked with water, and you're squeezing the rag, and it's just you're wringing the water out of the rag. That's how the pads work with the muscle. The pads are the machine is contracting the muscle so hard that it's wringing the glycogen out of the muscle. So that's why, you know, I tell people when they come train, make sure, do not come train fasted. If we're doing a big body part, have a nourished meal, have a complex carbohydrate meal that's going to sustain you through the workout. Can't people in off season, I have them sip aminos and simple carbohydrates while they're working out to help feed the muscle with nutrients as we're working out, because depending on, I mean, right now, like I said, we're coming close to the show, so we're not heavily contracting tissue, but when you do, I mean, it's the exact same thing as a wet rag. You're squeezing the glycogen out of those muscles. So what people notice after a workout, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so parched, I'm so hungry, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing. So it's helping your metabolism grow, and helping your metabolism, and especially if you're in a deficit and you're hungrier, well, what happens? If your glycogen's gone and you're in a deficit, you're going to burn more fat. Yeah. Your body's going to utilize more fat as energy. So
awesome.
Works well.
Right. Jen, talk to me about the workout. How is it?
Amazing. He always kicks my butt. You guys can see I'm drenched here. But
literally today, he kicked your butt.
Literally, he kicked my butt today. We are 8 weeks out as of today from Tampa, so we're just pushing it, you know, getting that conditioning coming in, just working on details, because like Andy said, the muscle's already there. I don't need to grow anymore. We're just trying to fine tune, and he's just pushing me to my limits to bring my best this year. So.
How do you feel this working with Andy and the Neubie is going to help you this year versus next year, because you came so close last year from that top spot?
Yeah.
Do you feel this is going to be along with, you know, everything else, of course, all the hard work you put in, do you think this could be what gives you the edge to win?
I definitely think so. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me going in this year is going to be mindset as the number one. But, you know, every workout he's telling me, like, let's go, we have Olympia to win. So that helps a lot. And having someone to push you, not just 90%, but 100% in your workouts, it makes a big difference in terms of the conditioning. I'm leaner than I ever have been this far out. Throughout my off season, same thing. And just my muscles are a lot rounder. Training with the Neubie, you get much better pumps, stay injury free, and just help with rehabbing my shoulders so I can still train hard.
Were you always training by yourself before? Were you training with a training partner? How was it last year prepping?
I generally was training by myself. Last year I was at home for the majority of the time with COVID.
Oh my God, I forgot.
I know.
Oh Jesus. Oh
so
yeah.
I had the last 4 weeks of my Tampa prep last year here in a gym, which made a big difference. But we've been training together twice a week since after the Olympia. Like the week after we got to work and we were like, let's do this. So.
Okay, Andy, what's going to happen if she wins the Olympia this year and she gives you props for that machine? What's going to happen to you?
My prices are going to raise.
So book in.
So if you need Andy to book him right now before the prices go up. That's the moral of the story.
I just honestly, it all started like I was just like Jenn and Mark are like my best friends here. You know, right when I moved here.
Yeah, you would train with Mark.
We would always train. Yeah. So I mean, it's just like it started out like just, hey, like, let me help you out, you know, try this out. And then it was like, we started noticing she started getting leaner because, you know, you burn more calories.
Yeah, yeah.
You just
burn like crazy calories.
Yeah, she was burning crazy calories. We were seeing she was in a caloric surplus, you know, obviously in the off season, kind of, you know, had the freedom to eat what she wanted. But even like we had friends even coming up to her, coming up to Mark, like, Jen's really round and lean. Like this is the off season, she's super lean. So I'm like, we both got to talking. I was like, no, we need to start doing this twice a week and on a regimen. So whatever she's been, I mean, I know she travels a lot, but we usually try squeezing in twice a week. So I mean, you know, I'm going to be at the Olympia. I'm flying out with you guys.
You're invested this year.
I'm invested. Yeah. I'm invested. I'm Team Mark Anthony and Team Jenn Dorie. So I mean, you know, whatever happens, happens.
Andy, talk to me. How many Jay tells me you're here all day training all those people. How great is your business right now? How well are you doing? I'm gonna let you brag a little bit for a minute.
I don't want to brag.
You're doing well. I'm happy for you. We're happy for you.
I have no feeling in my foot. I'm on my feet so much. Yeah, business is good, man. Business is good. Yeah, I just, you know what? I was doing IT recruiting for 7 years, and I've been juggling this. I've been juggling training. I've always online coached, and I was juggling training and the IT work at the same time, and it was coming up to like a little over 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind it. Like, I love working, but my passion is with this, and my passion is not just with bodybuilding, but it's also rehabilitation and just helping people, because I mean, I was, when I was down after the surgeries, I was depressed. I mean, you know as much as I know, and Jay knows, everybody, like, we do this. This isn't just like a sport to us. This is like a meditation. Yeah, therapy for us, exactly. So for me to get back in the gym pain-free was a godsend to me, and I just want to help. You know, if I can help more people do that and have that are in the same position as me, that have been battling with these nagging injuries or whatever, or neurological problems that they're having. Yeah, like the guy last week or something like that. It's just that brings me purpose and joy.
Win-win, right?
Win-win. 100%.
How can people reach you if they want to have you work on them at the club?
You can either reach out to me on Instagram, Andy Velcich, just my first and last name on Instagram, or come into Fit Club. I mean, Dave said it. I'm here 7 days a week. I got a cot upstairs. So whatever works for you, you can reach out to me.
All right, guys, I really appreciate you having us today on the channel. I'm glad you guys were the #1, episode #1 of Electric Body, and we're gonna get to see a lot more Jenn because we're 8 weeks out from Tampa. We have some projects for JTV. We're gonna see a lot more of her, and we always love having you on the channel, Jenn. It's always great to have you. Andy, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.